What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Brunch Gimmick. I am Lawrence Kurtze. I am joined here by the host of the Grainmaker podcast and my co-host of Brunch Gimmick, Blair. How you doing, Blair?
I'm good, Lawrence. You know, just enjoying the weekend. How's things on your end?
Oh, it's been a great weekend. Beautiful, sunny here in Montreal this weekend. Nice, finally warm again. Yeah, it's been a really fun weekend. Great weekend of professional wrestling.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man. We're going to talk about that. Say hi to some people in the chat. Fill you in the chat. Pluggo jumping in early, saying brunch team assemble. Got the boss in the chat, Spencer and Noob. Thanks for coming in. Say hi. Yeah, definitely a big weekend. This weekend also we'll be watching later on Giselle Shaw versus Zoe Sager to celebrate 100 days of Zoe Sager being LPW Grand Champion. How you doing, Bryce? Thanks for jumping in the chat.
Bryce and Bebe.
Yeah, both jumping in, saying, hey, what's up, guys? Hope you guys are having a good weekend. Yeah, last night, obviously, the big show, Backlash in Puerto Rico. Throughout, I talked about it last night, like, the crowd was hot from the very start to the very end.
It's almost like they need to do more shows outside of North America just for if the crowd is going to be that hot, like I should say outside of Canada and mainland US, but if they're going to do shows like that and the crowd's that hot, like take it everywhere. Like they were on fire last night.
Yeah, like I forget but somebody made the like it's been pointed out, like the professional wrestling right now is as hot as it's ever been. Like you've got AEW selling 60,000 seats in the UK. It's at Wembley Stadium. Mm-hmm. You've got shows like this in Puerto Rico. Like WWE is doing like I mentioned last night, like doing great shows, like using specifically local, like putting local talent in main event positions.
Yep. Like
that makes such a difference, and like the crowd reacts so much to it. Like Obviously, I'm going to get some more in the chat here. Got Ben hopping in saying hi. Darnell, how you doing? Yeah, how'd you feel? Like you didn't get to watch the whole show, but like how'd you feel seeing some of the what happened last night?
You know what? I got to catch pieces of it. Unfortunately, didn't get to
Yeah,
power through all of it. But I mean, for the most part, like everything seemed to really seem to click, except for maybe two matches on the show. There was a little bit of a little, of a lesser vibe. But like, I mean, the women's matches were a lot of fun. Like seeing Zelina Vega get, the recognition out there, not getting the win, but still the crowd was very into her. The Brock and Cody match was a lot of fun, and I mean Bad Bunny was great. I mean, no bad things to say about him. And the one thing that I kind of pointed out or mentioned to you earlier was like you were seeing, Savio there, you're seeing Carlito, and they were put in positions where they weren't made to look like idiots. Like
yeah,
they got to enjoy that moment. The crowd loved it too. So I mean, for me, like that's what you want in wrestling. You want to be able to have fun when you go to a show.
yeah. That's exactly it. Like the crowd was like you could feel their enjoyment through the screen, like how just fully amped they were throughout, and having putting Selena Vega like seemingly like a small move, but putting her in that position, that title match was so smart,
Mhm.
and just like such a show of respect from WWE to her, like because she is very talented in the ring, just but she doesn't get to show it off as much because she's also great manager,
Yeah.
like what she's doing with the LWO now, and and what she's done like in the past has always been great,
Mhm.
and to see her get to have a time in the ring where in Puerto Rico with her family in the front row and a tribute to her dad was just like straight up tears from like start to like yeah, everyone felt the emotion in that match.
Yeah.
Like it was like one of those bigger than wrestling moments, and her just decked out in the Puerto Rican flag and the like the way the crowd embraced her, especially at the end of the match, and WWE doing the smart thing and just keeping the camera on her and giving her that time
Hmm.
of just seeing her, the crowd pick her back up and still cheering for her as loud as they were at the beginning of the match was just so awesome. I love that from the start to finish. Like that was a fun match. We all knew the results going to be, but like I'm like everyone. There's not a person who isn't happy for Selena Vega getting that moment.
Hmm. Yeah, it was very nice to see. And I mean, like you mentioned her managerial prowess. I mean, with LWO now, and like I feel like she was a big part of like making Andrade how special he was in NXT
Yeah,
as well. So like great to see for her because I think everyone's familiar about what, losing her dad at such a, back in 2001 and being able to have this moment now, like it's really great to see.
yeah. And you mentioned Bad Bunny. We're in like the legitimate heyday of celebrity wrestlers. Like it is. I've never seen anything like this. And like Ophelia said in the chat, it's Coachella, Met Gala, Backlash. Bad Bunny is legitimately entertainment at this point. Like he to do just one of those things is a successful career, but to be so like the most streamed artist in the world, and then loving professional wrestling so much, you're gonna go out and have a street fight, not just like a regular singles match. You could have done a tag match, but to fully voluntarily, I'm gonna get hit by a kendo stick, get kicked a garbage can, kicked in my face, like, and go out and like sell his ass off for the entirety of the match, which is like, I don't know how you can't have respect for Bad Bunny. Like people who, like at the beginning, is like, who's Bad Bunny? Like, come on, dude, listen to one thing that isn't Metallica. You're like the same classic rock station. Like
Yeah.
I don't know who he is. They like there's still people online are like, I don't know who he is. Yeah, because you listen to the same classic rock station and like nothing outside of your bubble ever. And you're like, well, I must not know who he is, so he must not be a big star. Like people are still like that. It's insane.
I'm not going to tell you what I was listening to at the gym this morning,
Yeah,
but
Metallica, which is fair.
even worse. We're not going to go there, but it's one of my guilty
Yeah,
pleasures. But it's what they're taking these celebrities that they want to be there, and they're putting in the work to show like that they want to be a part of it. It's not just like how you've had some celebrities in the past show up and it's like just trot them out there. They go through the motions, but like Bad Bunny, was it Logan Paul? I kind of get them confused. Like they've both shown like you could throw them out there in a match and you have nothing to worry about. The crowd is going to be on fire, the hype, the media all into it. Like it's kind of nice to see as a wrestling fan that just like how much they want to be a part of it.
Yeah, like I would say like they also that whole match was I felt booked properly.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, you had like we all knew like the LWO and like both times we're gonna get involved there. Uh, but like the way they did it, having Carlito come out as a complete surprise was just so awesome. Like everyone was happy to see Carlito back and
Mm-hmm.
just looking just jacked to all hell. Like he looks better now. He looks somehow younger and in better shape now than he was when he first started out.
He looks like he could still go, like that you could have him in a match next week and it would
Yeah,
still be like
like
like suitable for TV, you know, that you
yeah,
wouldn't have anything
no,
to worry about.
like not only that. Like I somebody put it out there. Like I in the year 2023, I would very much be excited to see Carlito versus Sheldon Benjamin one more time. Like that would be an insane match of like two guys who like honestly probably should have had like a world, at least a world title
Mm-hmm.
once at one point. Like both those guys, and like those are like I really hope Carlito is not more than a one time thing. Like he did the Royal Rumble, but like that was during the pandemic and there was no audience at the time when he came out. So like having him getting that pop again was so great to see, and like seeing Vega come out, Sylvia Vega come out uh, and just beat the hell out of both of them. Like it was so fun to see. Like him in the beginning, like the having that, like how special it was to have that backstage segment earlier,
Mm-hmm.
and just having them speak entirely in Spanish to each other. Like having Ray, Bad Bunny speak entirely in Spanish was special because like throughout that whole show they had the through line of like showing respect to the Puerto Rican people and every Latino, like that meant the world to people. Like you can tell that like that representation throughout the whole show mattered so much, and they did a great job. And like they're like for years of having problems, like they were completely respectful throughout, and
Mm-hmm.
it was so much fun. Like and it also fed more into the crowd reaction too throughout.
Oh, for sure.
But
I mean, like I kind of checked out when Carlito first debuted, so like
yeah,
I missed so much of his like career in WWE. But like Savio Vega,
okay,
that's like that's
yeah,
my jam. You know, like his
yeah.
feud with Steve Austin, him joining the original Nation of Domination, like. To see that, I mean, like I know he was in MLW for a bit, but it's nice to see him get the shine back on WWE TV again.
Yeah. Uh, like the rest of the show, we had like I think the only thing is that match I think should have main evented.
Yes.
That like I think that was one of the only main like sort of booking thing they made a mistake in. Like
Mhm.
they gave that after having like Zelina Vega and Bad Bunny back to back, you sort of put the Bloodline storyline in the rough part of being like the cool down match,
Mhm.
which like they did a great job of getting the crowd back into it by the end because like you have six of the most talented wrestlers like in the world, like the two of the best tag teams in the world right now, like even like you've got Sammy thing, like they're gonna get the crowd on their side, but like it was definitely felt it watching the like oh the crowd is a little bit I lost a little bit of steam
Mhm.
after that match. Like I felt that match could have probably gone a little like before the Bad Bunny match because like that's like an important storyline thing, and then you had which like granted it's again them still showing trust in Cody by putting him in the main event against Brock in what was like clearly a rushed finish because Brock when Brock like fucks with you, he like definitely like will go all out,
Mhm.
and he like I don't know if it was on purpose or like an accident, but he fully threw himself into that turnbuckle.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and just like the man like on a good day wrestling looks like if he like tenses up too much he's gonna pop a blood vessel. Like he is just constantly tomato beat red, so like just like absolutely gushing blood and them trying to cover it up because, like, I think even this week there was a report that they did not want wrestlers posting their injuries or like showing blood on like Instagram. It was like there's a report this week, so they definitely were panicking that like even though it was cool for us because like it did bring like another level of intensity to finish that match.
Yeah. I like that the ref had a towel, but still didn't pass it on to Brock. Like he knew better than to do it. So
Yeah.
Brock doesn't want the towel. Get rid of it.
Yeah.
What I mean, because they also announced the world title coming up, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, what are you thinking heading into that? Because they got a couple triple threats before this week, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. So basically, how it's working out is both on Raw and SmackDown, they're going to be two triple threats. So two triple threats tomorrow on Raw, two triple threats on SmackDown. The winner of each are going to face each other on the main event of that show.
Okay.
And then the winner of both those main events are going to face each other at Night of Champions to become the new heavyweight champion.
Okay.
So my dark horse pick right now is like they still haven't announced who's going to be in any of the matches. Like I think Solo Sikoa potentially could be an upset pick to win the championship. Like he has been rumored for a while to get a major push coming up, and you see the fractions, especially at the end of the match with last night. You see the fractions getting bigger and bigger in the bloodline. Like I don't know if you saw it, but like he had Jay lined up for the Samoan spike after first mistaken, but didn't lower it for a while, and was just staring him down. Like the intensity picked up there. Like him and Jay are almost going to throw hands, and during that match, and like I think it would be very interesting to at least have him in the finals. I think you could have if you're doing the SmackDown thing, which a lot of people aren't happy with, like right after the draft, it looks like although I think at the end they said that's going to be a Raw and Only title. So unless they're already going back on the word, which is most WWE shit ever, in like record time,
a week later.
Yeah. Just for Roman to win it in another 2 weeks. Like everyone thought he would.
Oh, I mean, like, because like you said, they haven't announced any competitors in it.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to think Solo's going to be in it. Cody Rhodes is probably going to be one of the triple threats.
Seth Rollins.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if you saw someone like Bronson Reed in there, because I mean, you do have to have those upper level guys in there too. Yeah. So, but I mean, it's the fact that they're doing like from both promotions to meet in the finals just blows my mind. The most WWE thing that they could possibly do.
Like, I wouldn't mind seeing like maybe Johnny Gargano versus Seth in the Raw final.
Yeah,
like just as a fun match. Like I think you need to do something with Johnny, because like coming out of like Elimination Chamber, he started like, oh no, and like especially after the NXT Premium Live event, he like looking like Johnny Takeover again.
Mm-hmm.
And like I feel like right now they don't know quite what to do with him, and I would very much like to see him at least in a main event or Raw position for this week, where he gets to work with somebody like Seth again, and just it'd be like an absolute hell of a match. Like even people thinking, oh, potentially he could beat Seth, which like I think the front runner right now is Seth to win. I don't think Cody should win it because it does instantly lower the title. It makes it look like the backup title, whereas like Seth like hasn't lost. Like I think he hasn't lost to him yet, but like it wouldn't be as much like of like a consolation prize.
I'll point out, I don't want to try to show any of the comments in the chat because with my luck I'd screw everything up, but because I mean, Bryce mentioned that, you know, like there's nothing saying if a SmackDown person wins, there we go, that they couldn't head to Raw. And I mean, like they've left it so open-ended that they could do something like that where, you know, like they have a SmackDown brand winner or whichever title it's for, I can't remember. You know, you have someone from the other promotion win the title. They, you know, show up on both until they lose, and then they go back to their home promotion, you know. But I mean, it's there's little things like that that always kind of keep your like the wheels turning in your head. Like, okay, so they could do this. It's just a matter if they want to explain it all. I
Yeah,
I do like the idea of Rollins versus LA Knight as a final because I mean
yeah,
LA Knight. I mean last week I think it was he was over again, so it's nice to see him get that.
yeah. It does have the feeling of like so many before him that just organically on their own have gotten over,
Mhm.
despite WWE not want like or not really having anything for him to be that like they clearly just want him like in the mid card or low like
Yeah,
lower mid card like they I don't think have any plans for him to be anywhere near the heavyweight title, but like the crowd wants it so bad because he's just that talented and just that naturally charismatic, like he can get anything over. And like it's like it's the frustrating part of being a wrestling fan is like you everyone wants LA Knight in that position.
hmm I mean, as soon as they called him up, they stuck him with like the maximum male models, and it's like, just let the guy wrestle.
Yeah,
Like, let him cut promos. He's good on the mic. Like, why are you like saddling him with something like this that is not going to work? It's
yeah,
like it's was like a backup plan, you know? Like, hey, we've got this. Throw it on him.
yeah. Like I have hopes that they potentially could find at least a great rivalry for him coming up because like he is one of those people that they brought back and like they called up and like they gave him his back his gimmick and he's just so talented. It's so insane. Like the crowd just every time he's on screen just eats everything up.
hmm
Yeah, like he deserves like a main event spot, but like probably won't get it anytime soon because it's probably doesn't seem like it's in their plans.
Yeah, just the way they roll there. But
Yeah, on Grayson Waller. This will be the first week with the NXT call ups too. This is the first official draft is now set in stone ish.
you know,
Which
the first Grayson Waller match I watched was the one with Gargano at the most recent
yeah,
NXT like event. It was a lot of fun. Like the guy can go.
yeah, like at first, like I saw him like a few because I didn't watch. I'm watching much of NXT. Like a few months ago, I like first time I saw him, like oh no, he is talented. Like he's definitely grown on me over the last few months, and like he's doing a great job as like that heel in NXT,
hmm
and just like I'm excited for what they could potentially because like people who haven't won the NXT title a lot of times uh, have a tendency of like doing pretty well on the main roster, like because like a lot of them get buried under their like the weight of expectations of like oh these are guys are completely over in NXT, and then they get to the main roster and either the gimmick doesn't work well or the creative there doesn't know how to work with their gimmick.
hmm
So I mean he's got more like a blank canvas sort of thing. Like I feel they can do a lot more with him, and hopefully he'll get a chance to shine in coming up.
They because I mean they called up quite a few people, and
Yeah,
it's nice to see like the new blood come up into Raw and SmackDown just to get some fresh matchups and like
yeah,
the opportunity because we all know that they can go. So
yeah. Noob saying the match between Bianca and Io Sky was fantastic and better than Asuka. Uh, to be honest, Asuka had one of the had to be the one to break damage control since Asuka had history with Io Sky. Yeah, like on Bianca and Io Sky too. It was a great match to open the show. I felt
mhm.
last night, like, and to see the Puerto Rican crowd who was 100% on Io Sky's side, which was a lot of fun to see, and like Io deserves it so
Oh
much.
yeah,
Like I feel a little bad. It's a little bit of detriment to Bianca, but like she handled it well throughout the match. They both put on a banger match.
hmm
Like Bianca just pressing her with one hand, just like insane strength.
I love Io Sky, and I mean,
Yeah,
like, with everything she did in NXT, her stuff before that, like, she consistently puts on great matches. And as soon as she was called up, like, you're waiting for her to get the same opportunities. And I mean, like, her match, the one that I always look back at was at the Takeover in Toronto, her and Candice LeRae.
yeah,
And I mean, there was no titles involved or anything, but they still went out there and like put on one of my favorite matches of that year. Like it was just incredible. So to her get the recognition, like in Puerto Rico, the crowd firmly behind her. Like, I hope this is like the next step in her like getting elevated to the top of the title picture there for the women's title.
Yeah, like she definitely, like, people have been watching her for a while now, have known this, but like she showed that she deserves to be in that like
Mhm.
main title picture, and from like start to finish of that match just looked amazing. And like I was so happy that the crowd, like the second she comes out, every time like god damn she's so damn cool. Like
Mhm.
that entrance from her, like she's just like complete package. Like I feel like Io should at some point get a title shot, or not a title, even a title shot, but like a title run. Like I feel like she could be the one to break out from Damage Control. Like like her potentially. Like they've been teasing a little bit of breakup between the group, and like
Yeah.
her and Bailey would go off. Like
Mhm.
that would be massive.
Oh yeah, I mean, with you start off with her versus Dakota as the primer for it, move on to Bailey, and I mean, you're guaranteed to have like an incredible couple month stretch of great matches between the three of them.
Yeah. And speaking of great matches, today we are celebrating 100 days of Zoe Sager being LPW Grand Champion. And today we've got Giselle Shaw. We'll be showing Giselle Shaw versus Zoe Sager. But before that, I'm going to try to do this ad read for the first time by myself. Luckily, last night JPJ ran on just as we're about to do it. Literally, like seconds, he came on to our reacts, and we just had JPJ do it like cold.
Nice.
Like, like JPJ, you want to talk about Bad Money? No, you've got to do this ad read first. Well, me and Pluggo do nothing, but here we go. I'm gonna pull it up on my phone because I saved it.
There we
Look
go.
at that. Our new. There we go. Today's podcast is brought to you by our new sponsor, BetStamp.com, of the BetStamp app, which is helping thousands of people win at sports betting for free. The same way travelers use Google Flights or Expedia for the best prices, bettors can now use BetStamp to do the same. When you place a bet, the odds given by a sportsbook will determine how much you can possibly win, even with betting on the same outcome. Different sportbooks will often do varying payouts, and these differences could be huge. Uh, Thankfully, BetStamp allows you. I'm gonna loop it. Thankfully, BetStamp allows you to easily line shop for the most profitable odds across all sportsbook. You can click on any matchup and instantly see all the different odds for the game lines, player props, and even future bets. Line shopping is the simplest way to find an edge in sports and betting and maximizing your chances on winning long term. On average, BetStamp users win an extra $1,000 yearly just by line shopping. You can find the BetStamp app on the Apple iOS Store and Google Play Store. I know a lot of us use it. Doing like other people here, other people like Zach have been using it. Great app. Check it out. BetStamp app in your Apple Store or Google Play Store.
It's what I use to bet against Toronto to emotionally hedge my fandom.
Yeah, that's like I do that sometimes. Like I will pick the person I don't like. So either way, it's a win-win. Either the person I like wins, or I win some money.
Mhm. Like, if the Leafs win, great. If not, then you
Eh,
know what? Florida's going to make me some money. So there we go.
I would never say Leafs win great.
Wow. Wow. Come on. Give me something here.
You got out of one round. Congratulations. We gave you that.
I've had 19 years of disappointment.
Yeah. But yeah,
Oh,
we're gonna show Giselle Shaw versus Joey Sager. Just need to switch this. Do do do. Share screen.
Noob is hyping up this Natalia Markova versus Camille match on Power that I'm going to have to check out.
Yeah.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and will be refereed by Stuart Garvey.
Stu's had a rough night. Cut him some slack.
Making their way
for not getting us demonetized. Just gonna skip the entrances.
So is Sager out there with the thickness?
Yeah.
And
Goddamn
an ad.
ads. Couldn't even click twice without a goddamn ad. Oh, for the love of God.
Okay. Advil with acetaminophen. It's like they know I'm in pain from the run I went on this morning.
Name for herself in the United Kingdom as well as
This is from LPW9. You can check this out on, as well as like all the other matches that have happened from previous LPWs on our YouTube page right here.
Stuart Garvey. Your referee.
Thank you,
We are
Spencer.
underway.
No, I want the ads.
Ugh.
I just want to be frustrated every episode. I don't like hate myself that much.
Her claim is this is once again her
I mean, I'm excited for the first time we get to show the Wiley veteran match on here.
Yeah.
For the next one we get to show, so.
Shaw with the goal behind, but that elbow put it into that real quick hard shoulder
Oh.
tackle.
I mean,
Shaw
having
with a bit of a
Trinity
size advantage,
just sign with
but that has
Impact,
never stopped.
you know,
Zoe
one of the
Sager.
selling points for someone like wrestling Giselle Shaw, the quintessential G, like their knockouts division is just
Double leg
stacked
takedown.
and doesn't get talked about
Zoe would
enough.
duck that knee.
No, it seems like they've already started planting the seeds too
Yeah.
for a little feud between the two of them. And I mean, like,
Tremendous bridge to
you
escape
see
that big
Giselle and
combination.
Zoe here, and
Into
like,
the backslide. Who's
what an
the finish?
incredible matchup. I mean, like, the matchmaking, that's what you want to see when you go to a local show, you know, like two incredibly talented wrestlers out there that you know you're going to get an incredible match from.
Rolling through with Zoe, shoulders down again. Mahi straw cradle.
Like, Giselle is just so smooth in the ring.
Yeah.
Nice springboard arm drag from the quintessential diva. Caught that arm coming in and another arm drag. Little lucha libre flavor here in Edmonton tonight. Hard running European uppercut in the corner. Stagger Zoe. Giselle in with another one. A lot of impact to those shots. Another running European gonna scamper over for a cover.
Also, I like the trust of either whoever's in the chat in our area, is either Zach or Spencer, having me that I know how to get Google Drive to work properly.
Strategy, but it doesn't matter.
3 seconds in, I've somehow set fire to my own computer.
What we don't see is everything around Lawrence is on fire right now, and he's
Yeah.
just counting down the time until the stream is done so that he can put it out.
Kick right in the face from Shaw. She's gonna go up top. Off the top with the cross body. And Giselle Shaw looking very impressive early on. And Zoe Sager off her game.
Giselle came out like a ball of fire in this match. I mean,
Yeah.
Zoe hasn't been able to get anything going.
Knife edge chop ringing off the walls here. At the Rec Room in South Edmonton. Would you like another?
This was one of the first few matches after Zoe's heel turn
Zoe would
too.
not, but the
on
fans
her way to
would, and
the
that's what's
becoming
important.
LPW
Give the
Grand
people what they
Champion.
want. Overhand chop. Around the ring they go on a tour of the ring and a tour of pain for Zoe Sager. Forearms and chops. Giselle pounding away.
There's a lot of oomph behind those forearms.
Trying to get her to drag Zoe out of the corner, positions her in the middle of the ropes. Reed
Come on,
Matthews
thickness. We don't need
just
that.
grabbing a hold, just enough to cause a distraction. 2 handful of hair. Ref didn't see it. That's the MO. Stomping away, and that's going to turn the tide in the favor of Zoe Sager. And hell hath no fury like Zoe Sager scored shot to the midsection, and that just pissed her off. Back into the corner, and there
Just returning the favor.
for your chops from earlier.
Like Zoe Sager, who also recently got a nice shout out from Bret Hart.
The biggest prize in love pro wrestling,
Nice
the
to see.
LPW Grand Championship on the line. MRB going to defend against Nicole Matthews. Meanwhile, Giselle's had enough. Turning the
It's
tide.
really nice to see,
Away.
you know, some of the wrestlers like that have been
Back and forth they go.
putting in the work and like just really elevating independent wrestling here in Canada, getting some of that recognition about like for their in-ring work, for everything that they're doing as a whole for the wrestling community. So like Brett shouting out Zoe, that's huge.
Yeah.
It's something you really like to see.
Sager has shot back in the corner, stomping away on the throat and the chest area. Referee administering the count. And now Reed Matthews paying off in
Like
spades
Zoe
for
Sager is
Darby.
one of those people that I hope we get to see in AEW again
Sager
soon, like especially with their tour of Canada coming up.
choke over that bottom rope.
Yeah, you know, it was disappointing hearing that they were going to be stopping Dark and Elevation.
Yeah.
Like, because that was something. It was a great tool for the wrestlers to be able to use to like, you know, get themselves out there more. You know, like you know that they're being noticed by getting these opportunities.
Nice knee from Sager.
It's a little disappointing.
Yeah, like apparently their rumored Saturday show is supposed to sort of pick up that void
Only a one count.
where they're like going to be filming both on Wednesdays and featuring local talent on there, but also like
Locked in now.
the plus of having a YouTube show for independent wrestlers will be it's easier to show people and it's like a free advertisement online, whereas like TV does have that paywall behind it.
The legs to the rope
So,
might be
like,
the best bet.
Yes, you're gonna have more people watching it live, but sometimes it's harder. Like, I know Speedball talks about all the time. Like, he is perfectly fine working like Impact's pre-shows because those are gonna be free online,
Firing in the
and he
elbows,
can
able
like
to break the
he can
grip.
spread those easily, share the matches online,
Lethal all
help
match
spread the
long.
word.
So we fired
Yeah, they
off
said
into
they
the
just moved
corner.
to Saskatchewan, Saskatchewan, right?
Caught the
That's
elbow.
yeah, I'm right about that.
Caught
SK
the legs,
Saskatchewan,
caught a kick.
not Saskatoon. Saskatchewan.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it'd be Saskatchewan.
Yeah,
But well, because there's
Onto that top
the
rope.
Regina show,
yeah, that's it.
but that was already a Saturday show.
Oh, okay.
So I think that's the one that maybe she was mentioning.
I also
Chipping away at
just
the
got
facade of the quintessential
I just
diva.
got my ticket to Forbidden Door.
Nice.
Yeah, it's me my first AEW show and first time seeing New
Laying down
Japan.
rights and lefts. Giselle
You are going to have a
on the
blast.
receiving end of punishment. Zoe
I
taking
doubt that
fight.
I'll be able to make my way out there for that, but man, it's going to be a fun time.
Yeah,
The thickness looking
very
on.
excited.
Eyes locked on the action.
Son
Oh.
of a bitch.
There's
Like,
no place like Chrome.
Get grilling today.
Home Depot.
I don't know why. Suddenly feel like buying a grill. I don't even have space for it to use it, but I'll still just buy a giant propane grill and put it in my apartment.
For supper tonight, Lawrence is having barbecue.
Yeah. I don't have a deck or a backyard really, so I'm setting fire to my apartment. It is a giant hazard.
And now another blatant choke from Reed Matthews. Zoe jawing with the referee, and again,
Yeah, Ophelia, I think it was. I'll punch this one up onto the thing.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can do it. Oh, show. There we go.
positioning shot in
The
corner.
Regina Show has a new date, TV event. I think that's the one that they're having Nick Wayne,
Enough to get it done.
his debut match versus Swerve, if I'm not mistaken.
Shaw says
Because
not
I
this
thought
time.
about driving out for that one because it will be an incredible time. I don't think I will, but
But nonetheless, Sager firmly in control and now trying to add a little insult to injury.
I'm assuming that's Spencer. I don't know.
I think so.
Spencer, yeah.
Now just showing disrespect. This ain't your territory anymore. Now
I'm not
the
going to
era
Forbidden
of the
Door, but I got
intangible.
2 shows this week I'm going to, which I'm very excited for. So
Slap across
Which
the
shows?
face, Sager charging the
I'm
ropes.
driving down to the States, and I'm going to go see Time Bomb Pro. Brian Keith is main eventing. He's their champion. And then the next night, back in Winnipeg for Winnipeg Pro Wrestling, which is going to be a whole lot of fun. So
Both competitors down.
you know, Spencer, maybe I will meet you in Regina. I assume that's. I'm gonna. Yes. Okay, Spencer.
Referee at 6. Nobody wants to see this one end that way. Within striking distance.
Yeah.
It's the
Giselle able
July
to
8th.
block those incoming forearms and fire with one of her own. Ooh. More European uppercuts. No strikes are lethal right to the chin. Giselle Shaw charging the ropes. Sliding through that kick and hit one of her own.
Heck yeah, Spencer. We will figure this out.
From the quintessential diva. Firing across the ring. Caught those legs coming in. Blocked that kick. Caught her in the back of the skull. Shaw hits that great DDT. That could be it. 2. Very, very close to a big return win. Shaw frustrated.
We'll do here. I'm gonna pop these on. You know, chat about Regina.
Her opponent, waiting for her to get
Bryce.
into that full Nelson.
And we're just gonna have a big Regina meetup party
Yeah.
for everything Love Wrestling. We're gonna have a lot of fun out there.
Hit that kick to the side of the skull.
I don't even know what there is to do in Regina. I've only ever driven through it. I think maybe I stayed there last summer on a road trip. I think.
Big springboard kick.
I'm gonna go with yes
down.
for a night. That's it.
Shaw escapes it too. Back and forth they go. Fireman's carry position. Planted in the middle, hooking the leg, and again kicked out at 2.
I'm trying to think like the furthest, at least in Canada, I've been from.
Giselle on the receiving
Like the
end of
furthest
several
Canadian city I've been is probably
pieces of
Toronto.
high-impact offense.
And
She
that
is worse for
quite, like,
wear. And now Zoe
I've
Sager
like
measuring
been
her
other places, like I've
opponent.
been to Cuba and Florida and stuff.
Yeah.
But like in Canada, I've honestly not gone farther than Toronto, I think.
Charging the ropes.
And that has only been twice, and it'll be my 3rd time for
Giselle
Forbidden Door.
floating over, twisting suplex on top.
Where are your seats for that?
Looking to follow
In
up.
the 100 section, somewhere like 117.
Is it gonna be enough?
Like it's slightly obstructed, like it's I think a little behind the entrance stage.
Okay.
But like you can see the ring. That's all that matters. Like this entrance
Now
is a little
locking on
obstructed.
that full Nelson she was looking for earlier. Into the backbreaker. Into the face jam. Stuart Garvey with the count. And you have to give Zoe credit. She now on the receiving end of several pieces of high impact offense, and she does not let those shoulders stay down for the 3. And you're starting to see some fatigue set in on both competitors. They've given their all. I'm not sure if Zoe knows exactly where she is. Sidestep that knee. Caught the kick in the midsection. Repeated kicks.
Oh.
Jeez.
Going for the cover, shoulders down again. And another near fall. Sager getting back to her feet, looking to follow up. Off the ropes.
Oh.
Powerbomb. I think she might have been looking for the Hurricanrana. Got caught on that powerbomb. Got hit with that running knee. Dragged into the middle. And Stuart Garvey pulled from the ring by Reed Matthews. I think he saw that might have been it. It's been a rough night for
You
Stuart
shenan
Garvey.
once, you're going to shenan again, and I
Yeah.
have no time for it.
He's in the ring, and he must have been in the kitchen. He's got one of those big, giant baking sheets, but Stuart Garvey trying to put an end to that nonsense. Stuart Garvey trying to get rid of that giant hunk of metal. Slap across the face to the thickness. Oh, Giselle held in position, sidestepped. Zoe able to put the brakes on. Big spear to Reed Matthews. Sidestep by Sager. There's the roll-up.
Oh,
Feet on the rope.
Aw.
It's pinned.
come
by
on, Zoe. You're better
Sager.
than that.
And on this night, Intangible defeats Quintessential. She didn't do it alone, but the record books are going to say that's a win for Zoe Sager.
At the end of the day, all that matters is what cage match says.
Not the homecoming Giselle Shaw was looking for.
Cage
but
match, I'm very thankful for.
tremendous matchup.
This.
And since this change of attitude and this alignment with Reed Matthews, a lot of success has come the way of young Zoe Sager.
Yeah, and absolutely huge. So we had somebody like Giselle Shaw in LPW.
Giselle Shaw.
Mhm. I hope we see her back in a
Hopefully not the
LPW
last
ring.
time we
Yeah.
get Quintessential here in LPW.
Center of the bloodline, the quintessential diva, Giselle.
I'm very thankful for that. Thank you, Spencer. That
I'll
was a
be
fun
honest.
match.
Yeah, that was a great match. Like both of them having time to cook in there, and like it was definitely you see why Zoe Sager deserved that rise to LPW granted by duplicitous means, but like she's definitely the reason why she's currently the face of LPW.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just great person. We like everyone should be checking out Zoe Giselle Shaw on Impact Wrestling right now.
Yeah.
Again, just absolutely stacked division. There's a reason why somebody like Trinity Scholar would want to go there. And legitimately excited to be there.
That's a testament to what you're doing as a company when, like there's all these options and people actively want to come work for your company. So, I mean, kudos to them.
Yeah. So before we go, we've got another full week of shows coming up right here on wrestling. There is the Affinity Gauntlet match on. Remember, we've been promoting it all week for a while now. Please check it out. It's going to be on MRB's YouTube change. YouTube at God's Gift MRB. Check it out. It's an 8-hour match. We're all very excited for it. Again, it's on his at God's Gift MRB on YouTube. We've got Firmly AEW, new episode of Between Two Beards, The Legacy of Emma. Josh is always killing these ones. Like they're so much fun. Up on our YouTube page, you can check that out on Friday. And this Saturday, he said Sunday, but you think he meant Saturday? Oh no, wait, no, we're doing. I will say we've got the Brunch Gimmick on Sunday. Sorry, I thought he put BOS in there and I fucked up. I can't read. I am tired. I thought he put BOS where the Brunch Gimmick is. I'm like, that's a mistake. I was up late last night doing the reacts, so my eyes are now failing me. But yes, we've got the Brunch Gimmick. We're back here next Sunday. We've got potentially BOS this Saturday. We will let everyone know on that. We'll keep you up to date on the socials. We've got more LPW 14 match announcements. Whole lot of stuff. We've got matches and match announcements for LPW 15. A whole busy week. But yeah, if you have got a chance, check out the Infinity Gauntlet. MRB is raising money for charity. Please come check it out on his YouTube page if you can't be there in person. It's going to be a fun show.
Yeah, I think just announced for LPW 14 was T.Y.
15.
Jackson.
That was
50.
my mistake. Yeah.
It was T.Y. Jackson versus Michael Allen Richard Clark. So that should be a good one. So
Where I hope he lays one in to TY. Always hopping into there, talking shit. Yep. Blair, what do you got going on this week?
Okay, just dropped the podcast with MRB, so that came out on Thursday. A lot of fun with that one. I hope everyone can check it out. And I mean, definitely watch his YouTube page for the Infinity Gauntlet. Donate if you can. I know he reached the goal, but every little bit helps, so definitely check that out. This week on the podcast, I got Reloaded, the NEW Tag Team Champions, so that's a lot of fun. And then following that, Relentless Riley Rose is going to be on there. So
that's awesome. And where can people find you?
Oh, at Greenmaker Pod up on Twitter.
There.
So yeah, come talk wrestling.
And as for me, you can follow me at KartzyNDG on Instagram and Twitter. And if there's a Blowing Off stream, I'll be there next Saturday, and I'll obviously be here next Sunday with potentially Blair. Hopefully Zach's gonna be back next week. He was supposed to be here. His condolences, he can't be here this week. But yeah, another fun show, another great week of professional wrestling. Yeah, thank you for everyone who hopped in the chat. Shout out to our new sponsor, BetStamp, the BetStamp app once again. Bryce, thanks for stopping by. Ophelia, Ben, who was in here earlier. Thank everyone again. I hope everyone has a great weekend.
Yeah, noob.
Yeah. And we will see you next week. Bye, everybody.